Replacing Recoil starter and towing Snapper Lawn Mower. William Hovey Smith, 2015. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, and here we repair and recover our lawnmower.
This is Hovey Smith with Hovey's Outdoor Adventures, and I am in lawnmower rescue mode again. Yeah! Well, not 2 weeks ago I had to pull this one out of the weeds. And we went back and we got a trailer and we managed to get our truck in there and our winch, and we got it on the trailer and we pulled it out and got it repaired, and now this one's working fine. Well, I have an older Snapper lawnmower and I had it back out cutting out this food plot I'm sitting on. And right about in here, well, I punctured a tire. Well, this is an older lawnmower. It has a smaller tire, and so nothing to be done. Walked back, got a jack, jacked it up, took the tire off, walked it back out, took it, got it repaired, walked it back in, put it on, and in the meantime it had rained. And said lawnmower, guess what? It wouldn't go. Could get the engine started, but once you started to put it in gear, the whole mess shut down. There's some sort of an electrical interconnect that had gotten wetted and shorted things out. Yuck! So consequently I left it. I waited till it dried out good, went back, started it again. Well, this time, what we found out was that if I put the lever over to one side, I could get it forward as long as it didn't slap over into a slot, which would cut the engine off. So I could sort of run it if I guided it this way and held the lever over this way. Well, I managed to make it about 200 yards. Then the lever slipped back into a slot, cut the engine off, I was stranded again. No, crap. Well, of course I tried to restart it. And except I broke the pull rope on the manual starter. Well, so fortunately I have another pull rope and handle, because the other one went flying off into the woods somewhere and I haven't seen it yet. So, got it, rode back into here, the screwdriver set, Phillips screws on the Recoil starter. Well, the Phillips screws were so walled out the screwdriver wouldn't work. Went back, got a socket set. English socket set. The Vanguard engine is metric. Yeah, no good. Back to the house again. Back here again. Well, this time I have a set of metric wrenches. So we're going to work on it, and we're going to show you how to replace a Recoil starter.
And here is a partial view of the food plot. It's a long skinny plot, and you're seeing perhaps a half of it to the crest of a little hill. And this was an old logging yard. And as you can see, the material is grown up all around it very, very thickly. So when we put a little food out here and plant it, yeah, this is a good place that critters will come and you can actually see them near enough to judge what they are and actually take a shot at one if you wish. So that's why we were doing all this work in the first place, to get this isolated food plot going. And here is, of course, the old Vanguard engine on the old Snapper lawnmower. Now this time, before I left the house, I did take the reasonable precaution to make very sure that my wrench set was complete, because I know very well whatever wrench was missing, that would be exactly the one I needed. So we've got our set. This looks like it's going to be perhaps this one. see. That's a little small. Okay. Try 10 millimeter. All right. That's the one. Okay. So of course, take out our screw. Had this mower for perhaps 15 years. All right, those 4 out. Okay. Let's see. Old broken rope. Yeah, that's pretty frayed. Yeah, I'm going to replace it. Okay, we're winding it up. I'll have to make sure I have a free exit to that hole to get it out. So now we can go. Pretty good, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we've got it rewound now. This won't be quite as long. I think will be good enough. We happened to recover this from another old lawnmower that I had salvaged for parts. And this is nylon 1/4-inch rope, by the way. This is its holding bar. Just take a loop around it. Back in ancient times, it was probably capped with a nice little neat piece of rubber, but lost that years ago. So, okay. Now, re-index it back over the holes, as it were, right there. And we start to replace our screws. Hopefully, once we get through, On dog supervision here. Yeah. Okay, recoil starter rope is replaced. Now move, doggy, move. Tool put away. Neutral. On. Half choke. Should take 5 pulls before it starts typically. Usually cover these. Yeah. Move, Doug. Move. Not this hard to start. Damn. Not pulled out. Alrighty. We're going to see if we can do it this time. I don't like to pull lawnmowers, but perhaps at lower, very slow speed I can safely, just like I could push it in neutral. High speed, And hound dogs have not been particularly useful, as this one has dug a hole to cool herself off just exactly in front of the wheels where I need to go. Well, yes, you have. We've now pulled it very slowly and laboriously with one old piece of cord attached to it several hundred yards closer than where it needs to be. So I'll show you what it's like to pull it. Take it down this hill, and when I got to about where I was now, I had to drive with this hand and use this hand back here and steer it and push it to keep it off from fouling the rear wheels of my other lawnmower. But at any rate, yep, we got it down the hill, and now it's going to be a gentle slope up and fairly flat, so it should go okay from here on out. By short coupling the two lawnmowers together with the old piece of salvage cord, I managed to get this thing out of the woods. And the only way I did it on my twisty roads is by actually steering with both hands, holding this like this, and directing the wheels as they needed to go. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. Besides backyard deer hunting, I'm also the author of Extreme Muzzleloading, Crossbow Hunting, Practical Bow Fishing, and a new series of business books in the Profit series, the first of which is Ideas for New Businesses, and here's a little blurb about me and about the book. Now, with all the problems I'm having with this lawnmower, yeah, it went to my repair guy, and it's going to be used just for limited use on my lawn. For info on my books, blogs, and nearly 450 videos, go to my website, www.hoviesmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.